Hey everybody, it's MelissaMurd. The spice is right. I know that I don't look like Jessie. I'm grilling and chilling, and you're right, I shaved.
And today's not Monday.
And it's not Monday. But I am substituting in for Mr. Crown Royal and Mrs. Crown Royal, and it's my honor to do so because we're team players over here on Food Talk TV. I want to tell y'all what we're going to make tonight. I hadn't had anything really planned. I was going to go live on my own channel, MelissaMurd, tonight. But you know what? I figured it out. I've been cooking for, gee whiz, 40 years at least, maybe 45. So I thought we'd throw together a quick meatloaf, some cornbread, some green beans, some mashed potatoes, and my famous tomato gravy. So let's go.
Hey, we had some of our people come on over. Thank y'all for doing that. TX Rolls here. Babs. Of course, one of the awesome mods here. Hey, there's 42 Rachel.
Hey,
how you been, Rachel? Good to see all y'all. There's Heather B.
Hey.
Thank y'all for all coming in. We appreciate it.
We do.
Hopefully some of y'all got the message over on the other one that we were going to be over here. Last minute change of plans, but thank y'all for coming over here and finding us.
Let me get into my very expensive bread box. It doesn't work, my microwave. All right, guys. I want to do a 10-second cooking school. All right, 10-second cooking school when making meatloaf in a loaf pan. What you do to soak up that extra grease that comes off of your meatloaf is you just put in 2 pieces of bread, smish them down because it doesn't matter. Just smash them down like this. You're going to put your bread on top of it. Your meat on top of it, and it'll soak up all the grease. 10-second cooking school. Follow for more tips. All right, guys. Thank you.
Hey, Carmen. Good evening. Good to see you. Thank y'all for all being here on Food Talk TV tonight.
Yes.
Yes, you're not mistaken. It's not Monday night. It is Friday night.
Thank the Lord. All right, so we are going to get started here with really quick because my meatloaf takes close to an hour. So I want to try to keep this at an hour. So we're going in with 1 egg. All right, we got 1 egg in here. We're going to go in with a little over a pound of meat.
Hope everybody's ready for the weekend. I know Melissa is.
Yes, I am. I ran straight from my office straight into here.
Hey, good evening, 22 Jenny. How you doing?
That's 1 pound of hamburger meat. Close to. Usually, guys, I just use an envelope of meatloaf seasoning. And I think pretty much all that's in here, guys, really is like beef bouillon base and some onion powder, maybe some garlic powder, and some dehydrated vegetables. That's all I think's in here. Also, I'm going to use a can of Rotel tomatoes, juice and all. You know what, guys? I could eat Rotel tomatoes with a spoon. I love it. All right, and just like y'all know, with everything in my whole life, I put pepper on everything except baked goods. And fresh cracked pepper to me is the only way to go.
Thank you, Becky, for sharing the live. So we appreciate if y'all would share out the live, please, to all of your friends that love cooking content. And don't forget to have the screen, y'all. We appreciate all the likes and the shares.
So here in the state, lovely South state of Texas, right? Southern state. We have this really great store called H-E-B. It's one of our grocery stores. We can get jalapeno saltine crackers. That's what these are. Those are going to go in my meatloaf.
All right, Kelly Shipmon, thank you for the follow. And she has a question. She just came in. She wanted to know about the bread in the pan.
Okay, what this is going to do is after I mix my meatloaf together, I'm going to put it on top of this bread, and it's going to suck all the grease out of it. Then you can just throw away your meatloaf, or for a special treat for your puppy, every once in a while they can have a little piece of that.
Hey Maria, good evening. How you doing?
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey friend, welcome in. And also Heather, let's eat. Good to see you. They're making meatloaf tonight too.
Awesome. You can't go wrong with a good meatloaf. And one of my favorite ways to eat meatloaf is cold out of the fridge, y'all. I like it cold out of the fridge, slathered with some mustard on some bread. Why can't have baby? Sorry, our cats are misbehaving.
And Heather wanted to know the bread stays in while it cooks.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
It sure does. Okay, I want to make sure I pretty much have everything I need. Just in case. I'm going to put this right here just in case I'm going to need any more. I use some tomato sauce in my meatloaf. But I use some tomato sauce also for my gravy.
Welcome in, Goofy Girl Debbie. Thank you for the follow. I know that is her name. I didn't call her that.
Wow. I was going to get upset with my husband, Debbie.
Mm-hmm. So Heather B asking if anybody's ever made porcupines.
Ooh, porcupines. Love the porcupines.
I'm not sure what those are.
Ooh, yes, they're beef and rice. Balls, like meatballs.
Oh, okay.
I like all gandigas. I never can say that word, and I've made it.
Hey, welcome in, Shay Shay.
Hey,
Thank
Shay
you for the
Shay.
fast bars. Good to see you, Shay Shay. Another awesome cooking content
Surprise,
creator.
Shay Shay. I'm on Food Talk tonight. I'm substituting. I didn't know. I volunteered to do it at the last minute because one of my friends, Mr. Crown Royal, needed somebody to cover for him, and I'm like, let's go.
Mm-hmm. Heather, let's see. A cold sandwich on white soft bread with mayo and ketchup is excellent.
Well, you know what? I'm hoping I have enough left. As soon as my college student daughter finds out about this is like her favorite thing her mama makes. She loves my meatloaf.
Tanya Wilson, too, said cold meatloaf and cold turkey sandwich with mustard.
Ooh, yeah.
Yum, yum.
All right, see, here we go. Right into there. We're going right in there. Right on top of that bread. That's going to soak all the grease off. And this is just 80-20, guys. I like the flavor of 80-20, which is a ground chuck. I like 85-15 too. I'm not a big fan of the lighter meat because I just like the flavor of the fat in here.
Yep, everybody is agreeing how well meatloaf sandwiches are, how great they are.
They are great.
Mm-hmm.
They're the best.
Even cold.
Oh, that's the way to eat them.
Cold.
All right, so going to give my hands a really good wash after handling that raw meat. I love watching people that handle their raw meat in their kitchen with gloves on. I'm like, by the time you get through touching everything with those gloves on, you might as well have just used your hands.
Yeah, Heather's in agreement. Cold is best. Hey, good evening, Lisa. How are you tonight? Hey, there's Birdie.
Birdie!
Birdie called us by her little pet names for us, Mork and Mindy. Hey, Birdie, how are you?
All right, guys, in the oven. It is well, not quite yet. I got a little excited. Here's my tomato ketchup. Usually I do something a little bit fancier than just ketchup. I add like Worcestershire and stuff like that, but I'm not going to tonight because tonight I'm going to be making tomato gravy. So this is my artistic side here. Woo.
So Heather asked if you could explain what Food Talk is.
Sure. Food Talk TV is a network of creators. We are the longest running food talk show on the TikTok platform. We go live every single day, 365 days a year. That's right. We're even going to have creators. In fact, our general manager's cooking on Christmas Day on live. So very excited. We go on 365. We haven't missed a single show. We're going strong since 2021. We usually have 2 to 3 content creators on a day. So I would really encourage you, if you guys aren't following Food Talk TV, to give us a follow. Usually on Friday nights at 6:30, Grill and Chillin's on with Mr. Crown Royal and his wife Sasha, and they grill and chill, and it's a lot of fun. I'm on MelissaMurd, The Spice is Right, on Monday nights at 6 p.m. So, but there's tons and tons of people to follow.
Yes, and for those of you who aren't familiar with Melissa, she does go on herself on her own channel, MelissaMurd.
That's where we're going to be.
Exactly, that's where we're going to be until we found out Melissa needed to sub, so no worries. But yeah, we're on several times a week on her channel, MelissaMurd, and of course she does exactly what she's doing here. But virtually all of the food creators on Food Talk are home cooks.
Yes.
They just have a passion and love for cooking.
And we certainly enjoy creativity. We enjoy the people that like to watch writing in. We're also always looking for new creators. So you can go to Food Talk TV and check it out. You can see how to do that. If you're interested in being somebody that competes on Grub Match, you can go in after now, but it'll be after the first of the year. You can pick one of our cooks that you want to Grub Match against, and it's a lot of fun.
And that was a perfect segue, because Heather said, how do you be a part of it and get involved in it? So that was a perfect segue.
Perfection. All right, so real quick, what I'm going to do next, like I said, guys, I'm telling you, this is like pulling a rabbit out of a hat right now. So I was going to do fresh green beans in a steamer, but guess what? My fresh green beans didn't look so fresh. Has that ever happened to y'all? I bet it has. I think it happens to all of us. So we're going to go next with some canned green beans. But you know what? They're going to taste really good by the time I get through.
Hey, I see Trini. Trini is a Food Talk TV creator. Matter of fact, Trini cooks. I think most of y'all probably know her. If you don't, she's on Thursday night. She was on last night on Food Talk, and she was on her own channel as well during the week. Trini cooks. Y'all check her out too. Heather also want to know, what is Grub Match?
Grub Match is where you draw, or we get with the general manager, whose name's Taylor. Y'all might know her as the Mustard Queen. She's the general manager of Food Talk TV. And what we do, it's really kind of fun. We the person who's challenging the creator get together, and we do it on live. And Taylor draws out of one of her fun hats. She has a ton of little hats, and we get to go back and forth, and before we get stuck with something, make the choice of if we want to redraw, if we don't. I did one with coconut. Unfortunately, like one of my least favorite things in the whole wide world. I ended up winning that. Trini had to do one with Mr. Crown Royal, and hers was cinnamon. There's been numerous ones that have happened, but the next one that's going to be on is going to be on right after the first of the year. And they drew two, and one of them is star anise and the other's ghost peppers.
Yeah. It is a fun, friendly competition.
It is very fun. It's very friendly. Nobody wins anything except a good time.
Yep, absolutely.
This is some bacon grease, because you know, if you're from the South, you just know.
Taylor is in here. I saw her. Thank you, Taylor, for the
Taylor.
This
is the lady with the very beautiful hats.
Yeah, Taylor wears many hats, literally and figuratively. Both ways, literally and figuratively, for sure. So, hey, Teresa, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. So, Bertie was asking if that's a convection.
That one is a convection. It is a convection toaster oven. I love it. That's why I'm cooking on that. I've got it turned up a little higher than I usually do my loaf of meat.
We had a couple new followers. Crosby George, thank you. And I believe we had somebody else, D&B Designs. So
well, thank you guys
for the follows. And
I
if
just
I missed
added
anybody,
some fresh garlic to my green beans. I added some dried onions. I added some lemon zest. So we're just going to get that out of the way and just set them over here on the stove. We're kind of like working through the process here. Let's see. We are going to, of course, get some potatoes going.
Mm-hmm. Oh, how you doing tonight, Beverly? Beverly said Melissa is the best in here.
Who? What? Me?
Yes. So.
Well, thank you.
Heather, you can actually go on to the Food Talk TV YouTube site and you can watch the replays of grub matches.
Yeah, it's fun too.
And not only can you watch replays of the grub matches, you can watch a replay of any of the live cooking creator shows that are on. Usually within about 24 to 48 hours, those are on. But yeah, you can go back and watch any of the grub matches, starting with Melissa's this go round.
And we started it. Benjamin, Fatherpreneur, and I were the first grub match when they brought it back. Grub match was going on well before Benjamin and I were here.
Yes, those shows are also on YouTube that you can watch. Some of the older ones, and Taylor's even in one of those.
Yep. Well, yeah, that's how she got on, I think, actually, if I'm not mistaken. And now look at her. She's the biggest boss. She's the big boss.
Mm-hmm. Hey there, Kelly. How you doing? Good evening.
Is that my
Hey,
Kelly?
Maddie. Yes, it is.
Hi, my Kelly.
And there's Maddie. Hey, Maddie. How are you? And Beth.
Hi, Maddie. Y'all, it's not a nightmare. It's not a nightmare. It is not Monday. It's Friday. I'm just filling in for Mr. Crown Royal and Sasha tonight.
Mm-hmm. On the menu tonight is meatloaf with tomato gravy, green beans, cornbread, and mashed potatoes. There's Caroline. Hey, Caroline, how you doing?
Caroline,
Beth, how are you
you
tonight? So, and thank you, Red Flyer, for coming in with us and the follow. We appreciate that, as well as Shelly Adley. Thank you for the follow. Also, and Susan W. And Henna. A lot of new followers. Thank y'all so much. And hey, Donna, how are you?
Y'all make sure to come back on now. Y'all come back on Monday night and see me at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time on The Spice is Right, too.
Yes.
Because that's where you always find me on Monday.
Hey, Savage, good evening. How are you?
Hey, Savage. I hope you're coming into Mark Murd's later. We're going to have some games. And I definitely think that we need a DJ.
Well, we have two Carolines in here right now. We have our Caroline from California, and we have a Caroline from Guam.
Oh, welcome, welcome
yes.
To all Carolines.
So, well, if y'all are just scrolling through, not familiar with Food Talk TV, that is what you're watching right now. Food Talk TV, we're the longest running live food content show here on TikTok, 4 years and running, on 7 days a week, multiple times a day.
365.
You have wonderful food creators that you can watch cook a variety of foods. So please give us a follow if you're new to us and like what you see. You can also catch content on the Food Talk TV sites on YouTube, Facebook, and the website, which is foodtalktv.com. And of course, this menu is not on there because we came on last minute tonight, but you might have done this on there before. I know there's a meatloaf menu on the site.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't remember. I came straight off of work, guys. Sorry. And this is not my counter, y'all. I don't want y'all to think I'm cutting on my counter. Right. This is an acrylic cutting board.
Hey, good evening, Kunchi.
Hey, Kunchi. I'm just going to give a quick little rinse to these taters. Going to get all this off of here. Let me get a new trash bag. Got
some more new followers. Donna, thank you for the follow and being here. Nan, thank you.
Hey, honey, you want to talk to them about whisk takers as well?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, that's another site. It's basically a Food Talk TV site that is on Facebook, Whisk Takers.
Book of Faces?
Yes, so you can go on there and ask to join. One of our mods on here, Babs, is a mod there. She can improve your comment.
You are too, so much.
Yes, as well as
the creators.
Other mods on there will approve your
we have so much
entrance.
Fun.
Yes.
You guys can come and we can exchange. You can ask us direct questions. Of course, you can always DM anybody. We are just a fun group of people. We're all we're all got gifts of hospitality. We just all love to cook and be with other people and All right.
You can post your own meals on there that you have done yourself or recipes.
Yes,
So,
and pictures, which is a lot of fun.
yeah, it is a very interactive site, and so we welcome anybody to join that would like to. So, Nana, also thank you for the follow, and Misha Grant,
Yes.
thank you for the follow.
Let me do a 10-second cooking school at 5:57, Mark.
Okay.
Guys, I don't know if y'all are aware of this. I don't know. There might be some new cooks in here. It's hard to cut something that is not flat, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this potato where I can still use this little small part, but now it's safer for me to cut the potato. Okay, so 10-second cooking school there.
Deb says she likes to peel her potatoes the same way you peel yours.
I do. I've just been doing it since I was so young. It's hard not to.
We have Marigolds for Life with us. She is from England.
Oh, welcome in.
Welcome
How are
in.
you?
Yes. So
Good to have you.
we have people from literally all over the world tonight. England, Guam.
That's wonderful.
Maddie said he doesn't peel his potatoes.
I don't usually, Maddie,
Yeah.
either. I know you've probably seen me make potatoes before. I don't usually either. But I'm going to mash them by hand instead of using my mixer. So I'd rather do it this way tonight. When I'm doing it with a mixer, my little hand mixer, guys, I don't know about y'all. Y'all tell us in the comments who likes lumpy mashed potatoes and who likes smooth mashed potatoes. I'm just interested. It's not going to change the way I'm doing them because I want them lumpy.
Hey, Miss Joyce. Good evening. How
Hey,
you
Miss
doing?
Joyce. Also, guys, make sure 10-second cooking school. When cooking any type of root vegetable that grows underneath the ground where it's cooler than surface level or up in a tree, make sure you start it in cold water. 10-second cooking school. Follow us for more tips.
Awesome. Babs, thank you for the TGIF also. Oh, Queen Bee is me one. Said hello. My first time watching this video from Pennsylvania.
Hey, welcome in.
Well, we hope everybody that is new here is enjoying the content tonight with Melissa. She's making meatloaf, tomato gravy, cornbread, green beans, and mashed potatoes. And we welcome all of the new viewers and the new followers. And if y'all haven't given us a follow yet, we'd appreciate you please would. And y'all don't forget to tap and share the live.
Let me tell y'all something too. The reason why you want to use cold water when you're doing your potatoes is because they grow underground where it's cooler. If you do your potatoes, and I know for years and years I did my potatoes. I just added a little bit of salt, guys. For years and years I did my potatoes. Oh, I had to boil the water first, like you're doing pasta. And I always thought, why are my potatoes not as good as my mom's potatoes? And I thought, well, it's just simply because I haven't been cooking for centuries. Well, now I have been. And my potatoes are as good as my mom's were. And it's because I learned from somebody else, because my mom didn't want me in the kitchen. And the ironic thing is my brother and I both love to cook. And our mother did not want us in the kitchen because she thought we made too much of a mess. So let your kids come in the kitchen, be with you, and learn from you so they don't make soggy potatoes.
We had a lot of people respond to your question. I think
Lumpy.
Smooth had the majority.
Well, I'm glad y'all aren't eating here tonight because they're going to be lumpy.
But we also had a lot of people say both.
Oh, yeah. Well, tonight it's lumpy, and mine are so good. And let me tell you what. Lots of fresh cracked pepper, real butter, and heavy whipping cream for the win. And then you top it with some of my tomato gravy. Yeah, it's going to be good. Honey, can you get me some paper towel, please?
Yes. So, also, Tina Bean, thank you for the follow. We appreciate that. Is there not one under there?
No, I already looked.
Okay.
Cheers to everybody. Happy Friday to everyone. This is my I think this is water, actually. Iced tea, because I don't put sugar in it, and water to me tastes very similar. All right, so we're going, I see my meatloaf is going over there. Oh gosh, it scared me. You were fast. He had to go out in the garage. That was fast.
No, I didn't go. It's right there because I just brought it in.
Oh man, you scared me.
Store. Sorry.
My heart's going.
You never know what's going to happen on Food Talk.
Yeah, good. How many people love these paper towels that you can select the size? I love them. I love them. I love them.
We appreciate everybody participating in chat tonight. We have a lot of people participating in the chat, and we love that.
Yeah,
so we love your questions like and your comments and everything.
It's like you pulling up sitting next to us.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Oh, Marie asked how your migraine is.
Thank you. My migraine today is better. I just was diagnosed yesterday with migraines. So I was like, I don't have migraines. My gosh, I'm 59 years old. I mean, I would have already had them. Here I am, a nurse of 34 years, almost 35 years, and I didn't realize I could still get migraines, or that I could get migraines. I've never had them before, but let me tell you something. I don't ever want them again, but too bad it's every day.
Hey, Andrew, how are you this evening? Good to see you.
Hey, Andrew.
Beth said if you boil your potatoes in chicken broth, it gives them an amazing flavor.
It does. You're right. I love it. Great tip. All right, let's see here. We're going to add 2/3 of a cup of moo juice.
Thank you, everybody, for all the likes. We're almost at 20K, so wow. Thank y'all so much for all those likes. That's very impressive. And thank you for all the shares as well, everyone.
2/3 of a cup of moo juice. All right, guys. Another thing that I see a lot of people doing, it's okay. It's your kitchen. You do what you want to do. But I feel like it's part of my duty as a creator on Food Talk TV, not only to encourage your individuality, but to teach you properly also. So this is called a liquid measure. This is what we use to measure liquids. These are called dry measures because you can get level measures. You're not going to get a level measure in here, okay? And the volume's different. So dry, meaning flour, any of that good kind of stuff, goes in a dry measuring cup. Milk, buttermilk, juices, whatever the recipe calls for, goes in a liquid measuring cup. And this calls for 2/3 of a cup. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that you put it down on a level surface, get down with it, and make sure it says 2/3 of a cup, and it does. So there we go.
Marie would like to know, do you add honey to your cornbread?
I do not add honey to my cornbread, Marie. I know a lot of people that do. I know it's very delicious to some people. I do not particularly care for sweets. I'm more of a savory. I like savory. But I do add sour cream. Here we go with some sour cream.
Dab said there is a difference, dry and wet.
Yeah, there is indeed.
And Janet Sterling said, thank you for helping everybody learn.
Yes, I thank you for taking it that way. I'm not trying to be preachy at all. I am just there are just some things that are important. I'm going to add chives.
Yeah, that's the great thing about TikTok. All the cooking creators learn things from one another even.
Oh, I learned things from people who just learned to cook. Seriously. I'm like, I never thought of that.
So that's one thing that's really cool about TikTok. You can learn a lot of things from a lot of different creators.
All right, so now I'm going to add just eyeballing some sour cream. That was that much. That was probably less than 1/4 of a cup. Now, y'all, this is interesting. So y'all saw that the liquid measure, right? Well, what do y'all think sour cream is? You think that's a liquid or do you think it's a dry measure? And why do you think that? How about that discussion?
I would say it's a liquid personally, but...
And why? The other part of the question is why?
Because it's got a liquid consistency to it. I don't know.
Anybody else want to chime in there?
Marie said dry. Heather, liquid, dry is more concentrated. The question, Beth, sour cream, is that considered a liquid or a dry measure? And Happy said, I'm learning a lot right now.
Oh,
Thank you.
Good. Thank you.
Teresa was also talking about pouring out of the handle part. She said you can pour out of the handle part as well.
Yeah, you can. You can pour this way. You can pour this way also. And a lot of times you won't get that drip that, you know, like when you're pouring, especially out of something without a spout, you pour like this, a lot of times you'll have that running back and then you miss some of your measure. So a lot of people will pour like this and I'll use this over the bowl. This one has a spout, so didn't have to do that. But thank you for bringing that up, Teresa, because you're right about that.
Becky said they add a can of corn or sweet cream corn for sweet in there.
Yes, and I had a can of corn, but I thought I went with sour cream tonight, which is also good, the corn. All right, I'm going to heat up this skillet. First of all, let me brag on my skillet. Okay, as y'all can see, this is an iron skillet, but you see how shiny it is? Nothing goes in this pan. This is my cornbread pan. That's all I ever make in it is cornbread. And I never wash it. That's just wiped out. Look at that. I just made cornbread last week, wiped it out. Look at that.
Yep, never wash it. It is pristine.
It is. All right, guys.
So Happy said something interesting. Said people used to not share recipes, remember?
I do remember that. And you know what? I got to tell y'all the truth. I got to tell you the truth. One of the things that makes me the happiest in the whole wide world is when somebody wants a recipe. To me, that's just the greatest compliment ever. I would never hold back a recipe, ever.
Beth said, I hope there's a 10-second cooking school on the difference between butter and margarine.
10-second cooking school on that. Well, I'll have to get a little more versed on that. I know one tastes a lot better than the other. One has a lot of water in it. One has a lot of oil in it.
So we've still got a mix of answers on that. We had dry, liquid. Well, Heather said liquid dry is more concentrated. And so which?
All right, guys.
Which is it?
Those are all good answers and good logic on all of them. But the correct answer is you use a dry measure. The reason for that is you want to get a level amount. It'd be very hard, would you not agree, in a liquid measure to put like 2/3 of a cup of sour cream in here?
That's true, because you're not going to be putting a huge amount, are you?
No. But if you were specifically and not dumping like I did and wanting to do 2/3, you'd take your 1/3 cup measure, you would spoon it and you would press it down, and then you could level it. And that way you can get the proper, like shortening. When you're baking, you have got to use this for shortening. So that's just a little bit of housekeeping I thought I'd throw out there today.
That's a good point.
Hey. Little more bacon grease. Everything's better with bacon grease on it. Except your cholesterol. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get this pan good and toasty.
Yeah, Beth seconded your cast iron not washing. Said if you season it, shouldn't ever have to wash it. Just wipe it out.
Wipey.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh-wee. That smells some kind of good. All right, so I just turned on our green beans. We've got the meatloaf cooking. I'm fixing to put this. Ooh, it's smoking. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, Carmen said her grandmother always said, and I know you followed this for a while, never put soap in your cast iron skillets.
Yep, that's true. Until you do. Or until somebody else is doing your dishes. And if anybody's doing your dishes, I tell you this, don't tell them no.
So Beverly said, you're the best cook. I wish you would make a cookbook.
Oh, you're so sweet. I know that's a lot of work.
Oh, and Babs interjected, margarine has oil.
That's right, sure does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just turned that off, and we are going to stick that into the oven.
And Beth mentioned on that also, it has additives and it's man-made. Butter is made from
moo cows.
Cow.
So here's our meatloaf. I mean, isn't that a lovely meatloaf? Here's our cornbread. Going back into my Easy Bake Oven.
Thank you, Ruby Kenyon, for the follow. Appreciate that. Thank you, everybody, for our new followers. We appreciate all of y'all and appreciate all of our regular friends and supporters in here as well.
Yes, indeed. All right. So now it's time to get ready to make the gravy. This is what takes a little bit of time, is a cornbread, and that's fine. We've got a little bit of time.
Hey, Diaz Quince, how are you tonight? Speaking of cast irons.
Yes. All right. Now, I'm going to get a skillet out to make our gravy.
Hey, Kyle, how are you? Good evening. Good to see you, Kyle. Leah was asking, as far as the cast iron, she said, is that why it could possibly rust, is because of the soap? Well, I know you have mentioned if you don't, when you do wash them.
You got to dry the out of it. And how you do that is I will take it straight from the sink, and I've taught Mark to do the same thing. You take it straight from the sink after you've rinsed it out, dried it off, and you put it on top of your burner, electric, whatever it is. Put it on top of your burner until all the moisture dries out of it.
Yes, she has taught me, because I would have had not a clue to even think about doing that.
And our theme this evening being bacon grease. I just added some bacon grease to my skillet. That's what I'm going to make my roux out of. And I like my roux darker. Does anybody eat dark roux? I mean, this isn't going to be dark like gumbo dark or anything like that, but it is going to be darker. And I've got to take this opportunity to share my gravy spoon.
Thank you, Clisel.
As soon as I find it.
Piteskin for the follow. We appreciate that.
Well.
Yep, Teresa just mentioned also, back on the cast iron, just rinse it and rub oil on it too, because I know you do that once it's dry.
Absolutely.
Thank you also, Carol Curtis, for the follow. We appreciate that.
All right, y'all. Look at that. This is over 100 years old. It's just a couple of years older than me. And I want you to see this. This was my grandmother's mother. This was a spoon she used to make gravy for our family. And back in those days, way before the Depression, there was a lot of gravy to make meals stretch. I think that's really where gravy came from. But I love it. I grew up on gravy and I love it. But that has scraped a lot of cast iron, y'all. A whole lot of cast iron. I'm real proud of this.
If that spoon could talk.
It's a yum, 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 yum.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to add just a little touch of butter as well to this pan.
Kentucky's Classiest said they have a new cast iron out that doesn't rust, they claim.
Wow, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Sure
just so y'all know, you can also pick up some iron if you're anemic. Like, I know this is TMI, but I'm anemic. So that means that my red blood cell count's a little bit lower than it should be. So it causes me to get cold really easily, causes all kinds of stuff. And your red blood cells, also known as hemoglobin, is what travels and carries oxygen all over your body to oxygenate your organs. So being anemic is pretty serious. But if you use cast iron, you do pick up some iron from the cast iron when you're eating. But let me tell you something. The secret to this is drink some orange juice or some kind of citrus juice. Cranberry juice is citrus. You know, drink a lemonade. I don't care. But something citrus, and it doubles the amount of iron that you picked up off of there. That's just a little nursing information.
That's a good tip. Beverly said she loves your oven.
Thank you. Now we're going to get our little chicken, our little chickie poo.
Thank you, Trigger, for the follow. Appreciate you being with us tonight. Beverly wants to know also, can you leave butter out?
I do it all the time. And I'm still here to talk about
That's
it
right.
and argue about it. Actually, I don't argue. I always tell people, do you, boo. There is something that I do use. I'll show y'all that. Let me get this stirring. Let me get my flour incorporated into our grease. Y'all saw that was bacon grease and a little bit of butter.
But now, typically, before you open it, you do keep it in the fridge.
Yeah, oh, before I open it, yeah, it's in the fridge. All right, guys. So this is a buttermilk. And in French, because oui. But this is a buttermilk. I don't speak French, but that looks French to me. Anyway. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Keeps it all nice and soft, and it's stored in water. Y'all can see the water. So the water comes up over the bell and seals it. But I also keep right here because I go through about a half a cup of butter a day. I know you're surprised watching me cook.
Not as much as Paula Dean goes through.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's turn this down.
Beth said, oh, what a treasure, your spoon.
Oh, it is. All right, now this gravy, guys, you could add some milk. You could make that a cream gravy, I do suppose. I'm not going to. I'm going to make it a water gravy. So let me show y'all. This is about the color I like my flour. Oh, it smells good and toasty.
Does smell good. So, hey, Rita, good evening. How are you doing? Thank you all for being here with us tonight. If you're just scrolling through, you have come across Food Talk TV. We are the longest running live food content show on TikTok. 4 years and running.
Why isn't that cooking faster, my meatloaf?
Oh, is it cooking slower than normal?
Yeah, and I've got it higher, so who knows? Okay, so I'm just in this fancy schmancy. Here I am with all the iron skillets and all the old Revere and all that stuff, pots and pans. And then I got this thing. But let me tell you something. I love it because it boils water so fast, and that gum is pretty, isn't it? See how it glows? I like clear is my favorite color. And it goes with everything, but man, if you go out in public dressed in your favorite color, if it's clear, you get in a little trouble.
Not that Melissa's ever done that.
Not that I remember.
Not that you remember.
Yeah,
right.
I used to drink, guys. I've been sober now for a few months, and yeah, not that I remember. I very well could have done.
Welcome in, Mama Ford. Thank you for the follow. We appreciate that. Bab said it's only about 20 minutes.
What is?
I guess you've had that in. Is that how long you've had it in? About 20 minutes?
Yeah, it needs 20 more minutes is when I have it scheduled. It'll be done.
Kentucky's classiest. So congratulations.
Oh, thanks. I feel so good, except for the migraines.
So, yeah, but those are gonna fade.
Eventually, they will leave me alone. Because they're going to go, oh, she's too strong to deal with.
Beth said she is proud of you, Melissa.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
I love all of you. You're so sweet. Shh. This is a secret to really good tomato gravy. Any hot sauce you want. And you got to use some tomato sauce. Not a lot, just the amount that you did not put in your loaf of meat.
Right, Beth said you could have been having them longer, didn't know.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I went to the doctor yesterday, and I said, you know what? Because he's been my internist for years and years and years and years, and I'm old enough to be his mother. And, well, I'm old enough to be everybody's mother, I think. But anyway, he said to me, because he knew that I was an alcoholic, and he said to me, because I told him, and he said to me, you know, you're right. You know, you've been numbing yourself for so long, and now, you know, your body, there's actually a post-acute headaches and you still have some stuff, even though you're completely detoxed. And guys, I'm talking drink. I mean, 12 to 18 beers a day drink. I wasn't playing around. I could outdrink any man, I guarantee you that.
Mama Forza, congrats on your sobriety.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't trying to turn this into an AA meeting. I'm sorry, guys. And I'm not even doing that. I'm so I'm not anti-AA. It's just for me. I'm not one of those. I'm somebody that I do better taking on my own struggles. Woo, that smells so good.
Mm-hmm. Sure does. Smells wonderful.
All right, so now I'm going to stir in my tomato sauce. Now, guys, if you wanted to use some of your Rotel that you had left, if you didn't put it all in your meatloaf, you could do that, or canned tomatoes. You don't have to even use Rotel. Y'all all have meatloaf recipes, I'm sure.
Beth said she would love to get a whisk just like that one.
This one here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, it's just called a flat whisk.
Flat, F-A-L-T.
F-L-A-T. Just like I was in junior high. I've outgrown that too. All right.
So you're a late bloomer?
Actually, I went to sleep one night. I told you this story. I went to sleep
I do
one
remember.
night in 7th grade. It was the summer in 7th grade. Next morning, I got up, went downstairs to get breakfast. I had my robe on. My dad just looked at me, and he was staring at me. Not fair, but he was staring at me in the face, and I said, yes. He goes, oh, my. And Mark is a girl daddy, so I'm sure he knows.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what happened to my baby?
Mm-hmm.
Now things are different. Those boys that you used to want to beat playing ball outside and stuff, they're not going to be looking at you the same way. And sure enough, when I went to school into the 8th grade, from that summer, I'm telling you, those boys didn't look at me the same anymore. And I couldn't run as fast anymore either, because I was afraid I was going to fall forward. I was an athlete.
Yeah, I was going to say, you played tennis, so you had a pretty good backhand.
I do. I have a very good backhand, and I'm an athlete. Oh, and here's the best tip of all. If you want to use garlic, use garlic. I like to use garlic in my tomato gravy. But y'all saw that I put fresh garlic in my, it's just a matter of opinion. And I think it has its place, just like I think all these thousands of cloves of garlic have their place. I've got garlic all over the place. I'm pretty sure there'd be a really good garlic ice cream.
That would be interesting.
Well, there's avocado ice cream.
That's true. Carmen said same for her, Melissa. Overnight.
Overnight, baby.
Hey, Marie Lynn. Good evening. How you doing?
Hey, Marie Lynn.
Taylor had the side eyes looking when you talked about the garlic.
With the garlic. Oh, yeah.
The side eyes, yeah.
I know, Taylor. She's pro garlic. I'm pro garlic too, but in this, it's just how I like it.
So Beth was asking, was the hot sauce the tomato and gravy?
I put a couple of squirts of the hot sauce. Oh, yeah. A couple of squirts of hot sauce in there. A couple of squirts of Worcestershire in there. And about a teaspoon of garlic. Which if you want... Oh, Milk Street just came out with the thing. I told Mark, I think I'm going to have to get it. And Mark will tell you, I just don't spend money on anything.
No.
And the way I look at it, I used to drink $600 worth of beer a month. So the way I look at it is he owes me money because I'm not doing that anymore. So what I like to do is buy kitchen things every once in a while. And I saw this thing, Milk Street. I don't know if any of y'all have ever seen Milk Street, but they've come out with a really cool, drop the garlic in there, and I've seen some before, but this one's really cool. And you shave it. You can shave it without having to get out the big mandolin or cut your finger off. No cutting fingers off.
Yeah, Beth says she likes that show. Isn't that, what's Christopher Kimball? Or,
yes.
Yeah.
He's just amazing. Once you get through the bow tie.
Hey, that's his little shtick,
That's his shtick, just like I've got my shtick.
Yep.
Just like Benjamin's got his shtick. And the Mustard Queen has her shtick.
Mm-hmm.
We all have our shticks.
Yep. Beth said agreed.
My shtick is my lovely gravy spoon. I'm so proud of.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, JJ Jones, Silver Fox, for the follow. We appreciate that.
Y'all, if y'all aren't following Food Talk TV, y'all are missing out.
That's
you
right.
are on Food Talk TV right now. And I am Melissa Murd, and I am on every Monday night until Taylor goes, nope, not anymore. I'm on every Monday night at 6 o'clock with my husband, Mark, who's behind the camera. You'll see him in a minute when he takes a bite of his food. On The Spice is Right. So y'all come on over and see me on Monday nights. Usually tonight, Friday night, Mr. Crown Royal, Jesse, and his lovely wife, Sasha, doing grilling and chilling. And it is a great time to be had. There are so many creators. We're always looking for new creators. If you go to Food Talk TV, you can find out how to be on Grub Match. If you're interested in that, you can find out how to submit a tape. If you're interested in being a creator on Food Talk TV, I'd highly recommend you doing that. Taylor, the Mustard Queen in here, she is the general manager. She is a big kahuna of Food Talk TV. And she's a wonderful person to work with, and she's great at directing and helping you become more creative. And for that, I really, really appreciate her. But guys, we're on every day, 365. 365.
Yep.
There can be, sometimes there might be one person because somebody's absent, but there's always going to be somebody on.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going up to 3 people a day and always trying to grow more.
Yes.
And that's 7 days a week, even the holidays. Taylor herself has already told us she's cooking for Christmas. She's going to be on Christmas Day cooking.
Yep.
We had Trini and we had a fatherpreneur cooking, chopping it up with father, or chopping it up with Benjamin. I don't know if he calls it chopping it up with fatherpreneur or chopping up with Benjamin. Anyway, he's on at 12 o'clock on Thursdays, 12 noon Central. And then Trini Cooks, who's my very dear friend, I call her a sister. She's on Thursday nights at 7 o'clock. She was just on last night, as a matter of fact. And they're just people all the time. I mean, just go check it out. Do yourself a favor. If I'm not your cup of tea, somebody else is going to be your cup of tea.
Yep.
Promise you that.
Absolutely. A lot of variety in the food content creators' cookings that are on Food Talk TV. So that's one awesome thing about it. You can watch day in, day out and see something new and different every day.
Anybody seen one of these? Come on now. You know your great-grandmother had this one.
Beth said she has more kitchen gadgets than clothes.
Me
Sounds
too.
familiar,
Me
I was going to
too.
say.
See my clothes?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you right now, I am not a clothes horse, but I am a kitchen person.
That sounds very familiar. Jess, thank you for the follow. We appreciate that. Thanks for being here. And Marie Lynn, thank you for all the shares. Thank you, everybody, for the shares and all the likes.
Here are our potatoes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them back over here over the flame just to get all that water out. That's another secret. Get the water out of those potatoes before you mash them.
Thank you also, Jadeski 5204 for the follow. Bab said, and your triangle bell. Don't forget that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget that's your other little shtick now.
Yep. Come and
Mm-hmm. Beth, thank you. A minute ago, I meant to tell you, Beth, while you were talking, gave you a garland headpiece.
Oh, I've never had one of those.
You did now. So we used to laugh about those when there was another creator that would get them and he'd duck out of the way of them.
He did that on purpose.
Yeah, I know he did.
Giving it to him.
I know he did. And thank you too, Babs, for the TGIF. So, but yeah, you got a little garland headpiece.
Now, Mark, tell everybody where they can find us normally.
Yes, normally.
That's not on Monday.
Right, that's not on Monday. Melissa has her own TikTok channel, of course. It is MelissaMurd. Melissa and then M-U-R-D. We're on several times a week, typically, usually weekdays, 5:30. Central Time. We come on. We're located in Texas, for those of you who don't know. So we're in Central Texas, just outside of Austin. And so typically 5:30 Central Standard Time during the week. And on weekends, we do breakfast a lot of time on the Blackstone.
I don't know if it'll be Blackstone because tomorrow morning it's going to be like 40.
Yes.
Which freezes me to death.
Yeah, weather permitting.
I say I like pepper, there you go. People, I love pepper.
Oh, thank you, friend, for putting that up and having that pinned.
Awesome. Thanks, Fran. I was fixing to ask. Thank you so much, Fran. Fran is thinking. Fran is thinking for me.
Yeah, so weather permitting, we're out doing the Blackstone cooking, if not inside.
All right, so I'm going to put this back on the burner here in just a minute, but I'm going to show y'all how I make my taters. Now, like I said, we already had that discussion, lumpy or smooth. Well, I'm the cook here tonight. If Mark was making them, he'd say he wants smooth. I'm the cook tonight, and I say I want lumpy.
Oh, Marie Lynn said it's 33 and snowing in Pennsylvania.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I don't know what we are right now. We were pretty warm earlier.
We were 60, 64, 65 earlier, which was great weather.
We went from 78 to 39, though, in like 12 hours the other day. They say in Texas, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes.
Exactly. Heather says she's getting snow also right now.
Then I bet you guys would like a nice piece of meatloaf and mashed potatoes and green beans and cornbread.
So Jess said she likes lumpy also. Most of the people, like I said earlier, were smooth or both. So there was a lot of boths as well.
Yeah.
So just a few lumpies, but yeah, most smooth or both in some cases.
Then the key de resistance is heavy whipping cream.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this is exactly what I was talking to Dr. Posey about. Can you open up for me?
Yes.
I had all my reflexes and my strength checked yesterday. And the doctor said you're perfectly fine. Thank you, babes.
You're welcome. There's the top.
But I'm saying I'm not, and I think I know my strength. I'm not near as strong as I used to be. Oh, yeah, baby.
Babs said that's a great meal tonight, Melissa.
Thank you, Babs.
33 in Kentucky, so a lot of places around the country are pretty darn cold.
Oh, don't let me forget Mark Tripp got married, so I can show you some pictures.
Oh, he did. There we go. Not Truett, our dog.
Not Truett, our dog, and my brother's name's Truett. And yeah, y'all might say, why did you name your dog after your brother? Well, they remind me of each other. Both are dogs.
Hey, LB, how are you?
Hey, LB. Guess what, guys? Today is my dad's birthday. He has passed away, unfortunately. He passed away at 48, unfortunately, very young. But it's his birthday, and he's my favoriteest person in the whole wide world. My daddy would have liked this supper.
Mm-hmm.
My dad used to say, Melissa, I'm going to pour a concrete slab on your back in your backyard. Going to put up a little trailer. And he goes, I want you to bring me bacon and eggs and homemade biscuits every morning for breakfast with some gravy. I said, you got it, Daddy. Never got to do it, but I would have done it every day.
74 in California right now. They got some nice weather. Mm-hmm. Marie said she thought those looked pretty smooth to her.
They're pretty good for hand done. I gotta say, they're pretty good too. All right.
Still along the lumpy lines though, huh?
Still a little bit lumpster. All right, I'm gonna add, because I didn't get enough salt in here a while ago, I'm just gonna add a little bit of beef bouillon. That's why I got it out, just in case.
Thank you, Babs, for the TGIFs again.
Did I just sling it? Probably.
Beth puts a dollop of sour cream in her potatoes.
Mm-hmm. That, my friend, would be delish. All right. I am now going to pull out my cornbread.
Beth said, happy birthday, Dad.
Oh, thanks, Beth. Hey. Look at that. Look at that cornbread. It's not sticking, guys. It's not sticking. All right, so we got the mashed potatoes ready. We've got cornbread ready. We have got the gravy ready. We have got the green beans ready. Now, come on, loaf of meat. Now, guys, one of the ways you can tell if your meatloaf's done is when it pulls away from the sides, and it is pulling away. So I'm going to start plating. Let me grab my plate. I did forget that.
Hey, Tina Marie, how are you this evening?
Hey, Tina Marie, I love your music.
She comes in and plays trivia. Yes. I know. So they had a high in Tucson today, 81. I'm glad we're getting a little cooler weather here finally. Yeah, y'all are about what we are, Beth, so I think we're going to be in the mid-40s tonight as well. Friend said the little claw glove you have is so cute.
The little what?
Claw glove.
What's that?
Did you have a glove on?
Oh, yeah. Claw glove, yeah.
Yeah, your claw.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I got this at Goodwill. I got to be really careful, though, because you can see it's had a lot of things that's picked up. And, boy, you get a hold of one of those iron skillets.
Yes, that's been through some...
that's been
through some meals.
All right, now. Look at that for timing.
Marie Lynn said, you saying, hey, reminds me of the Mean Girls movie when the mom walks in.
Oh, really? I don't think I've seen that. I think I'm probably the only one in the whole wide world that hadn't seen it.
With Lindsay Lohan?
Yes.
You know who wrote that movie? Tina Fey.
Did she? No, I didn't know that.
She sure did. Hey, Michael, how are you? Good to see you, Michael. Yeah, it has had plenty of experience, Beth, hadn't it? The claw glove.
Mm-hmm. Most certainly. Let me get a knife.
Thank you, friend, for the fast burst. Thank you, everybody, tonight for those of you who have donated gifts. And thank you all also very much for the likes and the shares, and more than anything, y'all just being here and spending some time with us tonight, hanging out and watching Melissa make this awesome meal. To me, this is just an awesome comfort meal. Bab said, pretty plate.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Joe, for the follow. Appreciate that. And thank you, Jess, for sharing the live. Fran said, just a great meal, Melissa.
Thank you.
She said, I swear I need to move to Texas.
I think so, or I need to move there and help you with Huckle. Because he sounds like he is pretty high maintenance with his vocabulary. I want to teach him some Southern dialect. Put a little bit of draw on those words.
Right.
All right, so here is our loaf of meat.
Beth said she wasn't joking, that said this is one of her favorite meals.
I like it better tomorrow.
Or you can have a cold meatloaf sandwich.
That's right, buddy. With fresh cut onions and mustard, maybe some lettuce. Woo, yeah.
I'll tell you who else likes Melissa's meatloaf is her
My
daughter.
little girl.
Yep.
My little girl's fixing to graduate college.
Yeah, she texted Melissa like at 12:30 in the morning the other night.
Of
Telling
course,
her,
I'm sound asleep.
yep, Melissa's dead asleep. I'm not, but she was, and she woke her up. She wanted to share her report card with her. Straight A's.
4.0 for the semester. And And this is the kid that told me she just got through failing her French final. Ooh, yeah, baby.
Which obviously that wasn't the case.
Yeah, well, to her, making a 98's failing.
True.
All right, guys, so there's some of that bread. Picked up all the grease, so my meatloaf is not greasy. I'm sure it's going to enjoy that later.
Yes, true. We'll get some of that bread.
Now we're going to put some gravy on here.
Marie said she absolutely loves meatloaf. Beth said, oh, sweet. So Jess said, you used to love meatloaf when I was little. Do you not like it anymore, Jess? Or have you just liked it that long?
Maybe they got burnt out. Sometimes people get burnt out.
Thank you, Marie Lane, for sharing the live again.
What do y'all think about that?
Meatloaf, tomato, gravy, cornbread, green beans.
And Mark is going to
mashed
definitely want some ketchup on that meatloaf too. All right. So to recap, we made meatloaf. Don't forget that 10-second cooking school about putting the bread in the bottom of your loaf pan to get all the grease from your meatloaf. We made tomato gravy. We made homemade mashed potatoes with whipping cream and fresh cracked pepper, salt, and real butter. We made canned green beans that don't taste like canned green beans with bacon grease, minced onion, some fresh garlic, and salt and pepper. And then we made this lovely, lovely cornbread with sour cream and chives.
Hey, Jacqueline, how are you? Oh, I agree. Cornbread has got to have some butter. Absolutely. Heather said, looks delicious. Caroline said, looks so delicious. Beverly, delicious. Maria looks delicious. I'd say there's a common theme there with delicious.
There we go. And it's so nice and moist, too. Look at that moisture. Throw some butter in here, too.
Crosby George said, great job on that dinner. I learned tomato gravy today.
Oh, well, wonderful. Yeah, just use that as a stepping stone, guys. Anytime somebody presents you with something, this is what I do. I say, oh, thank you so much for sharing that with me. And then I'm going to change it somehow, some way, just to make it mine, right? So I encourage y'all to do that. I encourage y'all just to enjoy and take in everything you can from people who cook. And let me get a quick picture of this. Mark, can you have your phone, darling?
Yes. There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you, Crosby George, for saying that again, and thank you for being with us on Food Talk TV for your first time today.
Yes, we appreciate it. Y'all come follow me too, MelissaMurd, MelissaMurd. I go on 4 times a week usually. I'll be on tomorrow morning between 9 and 10, somewhere in there, making breakfast for everybody. So, and then also follow Mark Murd, my husband. You're fixing to get to meet him. Those of you who don't know, he goes on, and we're going to be playing Christmas trivia from Christmas movies. We're going to be doing that tonight, and we do a monthly drawing under Mark Murd, and we draw for kitchen gadgets. You get to select. We usually have a lot of choices for you. But that's our show for tonight. If you want to come over here, Mark, and have a couple of bites for the people.
Yes. And of course, you need to have a little taste.
I will certainly do so.
Silence is golden. Thank you for the follow.
All right, here we go. First of all, let me just say this. Y'all come and get it. Woo! That's what I'm talking about.
Jacqueline's never had tomato gravy. Oh, thank you, Heather, for putting Melissa's name up there.
You can have everything. Just give me the mashed potatoes.
Leave some mashed potatoes for you. Heather said, great show.
Thank you. Bzz, 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 bzz. I say that is a winner. Meatloaf dinner. Your turn.
Looks good.
Ladies and
It's gonna be
gentlemen,
good.
I would like to introduce you to this handsome man of mine. This is Mr. Mark Murdaugh, the MC of the 7:30 show coming up. Mark, say hello.
They probably heard me talking enough. So I can eat now. That cornbread is awesome. It is so moist.
Yeah, it's that Texas Moondog, but his name is MelissaMurd. The peanut butter banana overnight oats, that's going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks, Michael. Yeah?
That's awesome.
Thank you so much, babe.
Potatoes with tomato gravy. Delicious.
They're not too lumpy, are they?
No, they're really not. So, no, I would say they're more smooth than lumpy. They have a little lump in them, but
that's
very
how you
good.
distinguish them between that and baby food. That's what I say. Yeah? Are we good? And then tomorrow, guys, I think I'm going to be making a really, Fringles with a fresh haircut. So handsome.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Y'all are so sweet. I think tomorrow I'm going to be making a little Christmas treat, y'all. I think I'm going to be doing a Christmas treat with bugles. Do y'all like bugles? You know, the little things that look like bugles. They really look like tornadoes. But remember in the old days, we put them on our fingers and we thought they were like fingernails. They're really long. But I'm going to stuff them with peanut butter, dip them in white chocolate, and cover them in sprinkles. Yes. Y'all come see that tomorrow.
Yeah, and that will be on MelissaMurd.
That'll be on MelissaMurd.
Yes.
All right.
So
let's come
all
this
right,
way.
guys.
Let's come this way. We'll face our food. Mark gets lost in the camera. Go, oh, that's
I was going to
Daisy.
say, I know. So we got to flip it around.
Okay.
So, there we go, everybody. So,
guys, thanks so much for coming into Food Talk TV.
Thank
we
you all
appreciate your time. We appreciate you being very interactive in the chat. We love you guys. Hope to see you guys soon. I love bugles too, Beth. Bye, Jess.
So, guys, thank y'all so much for everything, for all
Thanks,
the likes,
Beverly.
the shares, and most of all, just spending
Beth.
time with us and hanging out with us tonight. So we love you guys. We appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great weekend, and come check Melissa out tomorrow if you get a chance.
And come play with us. We're fixing to
That's
go
right.
play at
Here in a
7:30
little
on
bit. Yep.
Mark Murd.
Yes, we are. So hope to see you then. And remember, we'll be back on Food Talk TV on Monday night as well.
That's right.
All right, guys. Love y'all. Have a great weekend.